Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. There's been a lot of discussions we've been having on and off about what is happening in the Indian IT sector. Are we in some kind of an existential threat, the whole sector as a whole? Have we missed something? Because if you look the way all the IT companies, Wipro, Infosys, HCL, Tata Consultancy Service, how we have performed since January 2025 to now against the Nifty, we are really not looking at great pictures here. I'll have the editor put up the graph on the screen to show you how far lower our IT companies are in performance against the Nifty. Of course, the Nifty is not as as a bellwether as we say, because we have seen what happened with Jane Street and all that. So that argument aside, if you see, the Indian IT sector has not been performing very well. So should we look upon this as an opportunity to enter, or should we be more careful and wary and wait and watch? All these kinds of ideas are swirling in our minds. So I thought I should bring Anand in definitely to talk about this, to talk about AI, to talk about Indian IT sector as a whole, and to get his views on this in a short, crisp video. So it will help us tomorrow as markets open and we see more opportunities opening up. So Anand, what is happening? Are we in some kind of problem, Indian IT companies?
No, the first thing is you have to understand how Indian IT companies were doing. They were not IT companies at all.
Hmm.
The model was they were exporting manpower. These were manpower companies.
True.
And they were renting manpower. They are like team lease and other temp staffing. They were giving people on hire to their clients in America for a particular project. They were not solution providers, they did not develop any products. Companies which have been in existence for more than 50 years have not developed a single product. If at all they have developed a product, it's a very minor product. None of them has gone global, big product, nothing has been developed. TCS started when the late JRD bought two mainframes to process payroll. So he brought in FC Kohli from Tata Power to train some engineers to program those two computers. Unisys saw that these guys had skill and said, why don't you program for my other clients? So they started as providers of services to other software companies. And they kept growing till it became a new wave. Infosys, Wipro, HCL, all these are copycats of the same model,
True. Very true.
right? And the whole idea is they have a pyramid structure where they keep on adding people at the low, and as you keep on going above the pyramid, there's a lot of fat in the center and gets narrow at the top. In case of these companies, the center has become very fat. So far, as long as people were hiring, there was no problem. So, in the last 5 years, this model has been slowing down because, with the advent of two reasons, one, there was a general slowdown in the American economy, especially after inflation, there's been a definite slowdown. COVID, there were people who are rushing to hire,
Hmm.
and post COVID, there has been a slowdown. Also, with the rise of AI,
Hmm.
Google now says 35% of their write their own code. They have AI to write 35% of their code. And there are enough softwares available for you to write common codes. I do not want to tell the names of applications where you can use to write codes. Even in Indian IT companies, which do small products or develop applications, 15 engineers have been reduced to 3 or 4 engineers, with most of them being business analysts. Business analysts are those who write prompts, get the code, test the code, test it in separate parts, assemble the app together, test it again, and send it out. Before to write the code, you would need at least 4 or 5 coders and developers to write it. Today, you don't need any developer for simple things. You can just with two business analysts write a develop a simple app. I'm talking commercial apps which have to be tested daily. So, writing a website, everything has become very simple. So, first of all, you don't need so many people to do the grunt work. Secondly, you need people who want to reskill themselves. You understand that? They want to reskill themselves.
Correct.
So, unfortunately, mid level engineers do not want to reskill themselves. They are at the fag end of their career and they don't want to. The interest in learning new things is not there.
Very true.
So they have become obsolete. Now, what has happened is these companies have started buying tools and softwares which are new and new technologies. So the people who are required are not in the old technologies these guys know, but in new technologies and new solutions and in new projects. Therefore, the center of the belly has to be reduced. Like I have to reduce my belly, and I'm struggling for the last 3-4 years to reduce this. All these companies have to reduce the center fat, not the lower guy in the bottom fishing, not the very top, but those in the center, but who are drawing salaries, I'm told between 35 to 50 lakhs are being sliced. They are in the age group between 50 to 60, and they don't have a great career anyway. So instead of retiring at 60, they are being forced to retire between 50 and 55. This is the reality. As far as the bottom part is concerned, 5 guys have been replaced by 1 guy or 10 guys by 3 guys. Even here, out of before I was recruiting 10 engineers, today I'll recruit only 3 engineers. This is one problem. There is another problem. Most of these large companies have set up global capacity centers in India, with Bangalore and Chennai being leaders. They employ 15 to 20,000 people. Like Ford employs 25,000 people in Chennai. Those 25,000 would have been given to TCS or farmed out between these guys. Now these guys are in Ford themselves. So the GCCs are taking away some of their business. So these guys have to reinvent the business and retool. So they need to pay more. Before they used to take people for 30,000 rupees at the base. Today those kind of guys, the good guys won't join at 30,000 base. The mid-level guys are being sliced. So it is like a chrysalis going through a metamorphosis to emerge as a butterfly.
See, this is what my issue is. This is what I wanted to ask you. Despite having the world's largest, IT software engineer talent pool, India is relatively a latecomer to this whole AI innovation. And Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, recently launched India AI mission to promote development last year, while China issued this AI plan in 2017.
That's what I'm trying to
And
tell
New Delhi
you.
is only earmarked $1.2 billion to create this AI capability, while Indian governments are privately bemoaning, saying that this should have been done by these top companies themselves. Ideally, Infosys, TCS should have started investing in these models 10 years back, 5 years back. This is what they feel. And most feeling is among none of them are looking at the AI way as a value chain to move up and build their own large language models, but they don't seem to be investing in any R&D. So where does the fault lie in this whole thing?
See, in Hindi there's a saying, Der aaye durust aaye. Even if you
No
come late,
politics.
no, it's not politics.
No, I'm just saying.
Der aaye, you brought politics, I didn't.
I'm just stating fact.
Der aaye durust aaye. That means even if you come late, you came strong. Tatas have started heavily investing in the hardware side of business. They are really investing very hard. They are trying to rebuild the entire
Value chain.
ecosystem value chain. They are starting from silicon to
All the way
a
to
cell phone.
yeah.
They have also invested in Tejas. They bought Tejas. They are working on the hardware side where they have no capacity. I'm sure at some time they will invest a lot of money in AI because Chandra has been talking AI. The companies that had to commit to AI was Infi, Wipro, and HCL. In all these three companies, the promoter has taken a back seat and has decided the first generation promoter has quit.
Correct.
So you have professionals running this company, except Wipro where Rishad Premji has just taken up over stages. Nandan is chairman, but you have a professional Salil Parekh running it. He has to, and the original promoter shareholding is 15%. So 85% of the shareholding is with the public.
Yes.
Now they are pushing for more dividends, more results, better finance performance.
Okay.
They cannot keep the money.
And reinvest it in R&D.
So that's the problem in HCL and Infosys, and to an extent Tech Mahindra. Wipro is a very slow, methodical company. He will not a big risk taker. So if anybody who could have done investment is it is Tata's. But Tata's have invested big in Agartha's battery and they have invested very big in hardware in Tata Electronics. But Chandra recently has been talking AI. So you can expect some AI from them, but It's a government company by itself. It will take a long time for them to move. It's like pushing their bus and for it to start. Rest of them, they don't have huge buckets or reserves of cash.
Correct. That's where now I want to reflect. So, if you look at this as an investment opportunity, as a long term investor, should you be cautious or should you be happy, singing in glee, looking at these prices?
If the prices correct another 5, 10% from here, I'll be singing in glee.
Okay.
These are now 20, 21 or 18 times earnings. If they come to 15, they become very attractive because these companies will produce steady cash flow and steady profits and steady streams of dividend.
But even with this whole, uh, lack of clarity in AI, do you think these companies will be able to, because you rightly said in the beginning of the video, they're basically outsourcing company.
Yes, but
They're only
they will
sending,
always, you need outsource AI engineers.
okay.
So the size may reduce. The volumes will remain big. The cash will continue to clink.
So there you guys go. This gives you some clarity tomorrow as the markets open, what Anand's views are on this whole thing. As these markets, especially in the IT sector, you see stock correction and you see movement and there's pressure, bear pressure on these stocks. Then he says there are opportunities in these companies. He says do be careful as you pick and choose them and not to get overzealous and dive too fast, too hard. Then you may hit your head on the floor. So keep it slow and keep nipping here and there one or two shares and keep it light is what his advice would be, because we're nowhere near where we need to be for us to say, let us enjoy a full-fledged meal. So thanks for watching us on VRS today. I hope you had a wonderful day and a wonderful evening. Nothing else more to say other than thanks for loving this channel and supporting us and always liking our videos and putting those lovely comments down below. Next time when I'm alone, I will definitely try and answer some of those comments. I know it's been missing for some time, but I am, like I've said, taking much of the opportunity having Anand in the studio or Shashwat in the studio. So thanks for watching VRS today and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you.